Well, good morning or good afternoon, depending in which time you're watching this video. My name is Esther Camacho, and I'm 22 years old. And I would like to take the opportunity to talk about climate change in this video because I think it's a very important matter. I think everyone should know what climate change is about, and everyone in their families should be taking steps to reduce the damage we as people are doing to the planet. So, climate change is really happening, even though some people would like to think it's not a real thing, that some governments are inventing it, but it's actually a real thing. Climate change is happening. So the definition of climate change is any significant long-term change in the expected patterns of weather of a region of a sun. So what that really means is that climate change is any abnormal temperature or weather that happens in a region that normally wouldn't have it. So what does that do to the environment and to the species that live in that part of the world is that it damages it, because if a region is normally hot or normally cold, uh, these changes will affect the way life produces in these regions. So, for example, if birds normally migrate to another zone when the part of the world where they live is hot or is cold, if this changes, the birds wouldn't know in which or in what time they should immigrate. So why does it happen? Does this is happening to the world? Well, mostly people believe that is because the ozone. So some of the factors that can shape climate change are called climate forcings. So climate forcings are basically processes such as variations like solar radiation or variations in the Earth orbits or uh, variations in the reflective field that covers the Earth. But these processes normally are just things that normally would happen to Earth. So why is now affecting in a way that is producing climate change? Why is now different? Well, basically because human constructions and human interventions on the field of the earth have made or have made a impact in the way these things emerges, creating the perfect environment for climate change. So, uh, for example, climate change can either occur due to an external forcing or to internal process. This often involve changes in the distribution of energy in the ocean or the atmosphere. So these mechanisms respond to some variabilities that scientists defined as components. These components are atmosphere, and hydrosphere, cryosphere, or lithosphere. So natural changes in the climate system normally result in an internal climate variability. So these are normal things that would happen in a normal environment. But in the case of the actual climate change we're talking about, is not just the things that happen in the earth that make this the perfect environment for a climate disaster. So what we normally would expect from the climate of the earth won't be happening in the next 10,000 years or even less. The ice of the glaciers will start to melt, the raining will be more, the times where there's dryness will be more extensive, the sun will be out in parts of the world where normally you wouldn't see the sun in winter, or things like that, small things like that that can really affect the way we live in this planet. So we as a community should focus on keeping the earth less warmer. What can we do to do that? We should start taking the bus, for example. We should use our car less. We should share rides. For example, if your neighbor has to go to work and he's using his car and you are using your car, you both can share a car. We should maybe use a bike. We should travel by plane less. And we should start using less water. We should maybe use the air conditioner less. We should use the devices that produce heat or produce energy less. I know that part is really difficult because we are used to the comfort of having so many electrical things around us, but small things like that can really change the way the earth will behave for the next generations.